Hey, what's up guys? Valley Flying here. I'm back. Welcome to the channel. Last night, just did a huge Twitch feed over on Khasino's channel with Shinny Shin and Soundless, and man, I think we came up with a really solid tier list. Broke down every single character and how they did in each game mode. I mean, who knew you could talk so long about Ravager Bruiser, but they actually managed to change my mind on a few characters just because they've been playing a lot longer than I have more experience, first-hand experience with all these characters, and not purely based on theory crafting. Although some of the characters like Nick Fury needed to be just theory crafting because nobody has them yet. But yeah, it was a good feat. It was long. It was over 7 hours for the list. The whole video is over 10 hours. I'm going to put a link to it down below. And as soon as he finishes up the nice, pretty graphic, puts that on Reddit, I'm going to put a link on there as well. But it was a very good list, very fun. It was very long, though. And I think you guys are going to see some surprises on that list where some of these characters rank. But and that's going to influence the way I make my lists in the future because they had some good insights on every single character. Check it out if you have time. But let's move on. The last Blitz just ended last night, and Doctor Strange was the reward, as most of you guys know already. Good character. We actually rated him in the God tier last night. He's not overpowered by any means. He's a strong character, but I wouldn't rate him as a top character, but he is in that top tier of characters. Really strong character. And that means that this site that I was talking about last night, that I did, last week, that I didn't hear about, flickeringmyth.com, no credibility because what they said and what I referenced, Doctor Strange released on May 1st, didn't happen. He's here already. He was here last week. Vision, May 8th. Who knows what's going to happen with that. So that's the last time I'm going to mention this site because they didn't put out the correct information. So I'm not going back to them. Anyway, let's get back to this current Blitz because this was some crazy numbers. I got lucky, got in there. But if you remember my rank on the Black Panther, I put up about 450 points. Well, this time, just to get there, I had to put up a lot more. I had to go 623 points, and I had to change up my strategy a little. I'm going to be talking about that in a little bit. Big points. So let's look at the top guy. This guy finishes top pretty much all the time. OXTS86V from Alpha Flight. Man, over 5 million points in Blitz. What? Man, how much money do you think this guy had to spend to get there? Hey, if anybody knows him, then yeah, ask how much. What did he have to do to get there? That is crazy. Oh, and Hellfire Club Rio, congratulations! These guys are the first alliance to finish that Thanos raid level 60 at 100%. So it's pretty tough. My alliance is in the top 25, and we're just around 60% of it. It's a tough raid. Moving on to number 11, over 1.8 million, and not even in the top 10. This was a crazy raid. What do you guys think? Do you think this was because it's Doctor Strange, or do you think this is the new standard? What's going on with this? Well, let me tell you what I did, and then I want to get your thoughts on what's going on with Blitz and how to improve this. Well, if we go into this Blitz right here, you get this multiplier. Right now it's at tier 3. When you go to tier 8, that multiplier goes up to 4 times, and that's where you're going to score most of your points. I didn't even use the rest of my roster on day 2 or day 3 because I couldn't confidently beat any of the teams that they had to face. Only my main alliance team, I felt confident, and this is not them. I actually have Yondu instead of Thor, but yeah, my power with let me put on Yondu just to see what the power is. This was the team that I used mainly, 94,000. Now the teams that I had to face, I had to consistently beat teams that were over 120,000 in power. So you gotta be honest, guys. If you're not able to beat teams that are way more powered at that tier 8 level, it's gonna be tough to place in Blitz, unfortunately. Free to play, global launch players, I don't know if the roster is going to be strong enough to do it. Now, the good thing is that the global launch players are in a totally different shard. I don't know what the leader did in that shard, but I'm going to assume that it's not over 5 million points. it probably was still pretty competitive because Doctor Strange is a strong character. He's a new character, so we want him. And yeah, this was a crazy blitz. You need that strong team. You need. I take back what I said before. I thought you needed a real strong roster overall to beat Blitz, but you do need at least one team that could beat teams that are way more powerful than you. Right now, I only have one. I'm sure that OXTS has multiple teams that could beat higher power opponents. And if you want to compete in Blitz, that's what you're going to need. And that brings me to my last point. What do you think the state of Blitz is right now? I know a lot of people are unhappy with it, the way that the rewards are distributed. I mean, look at these rewards. I mean, only the top 500 get some shards of Doctor Strange. I think, for me, I think maybe giving 50 shards to the top 1%. You know, it's not going to unlock the character. Well, it's not going to unlock Doctor Strange, but it will unlock some characters. And giving maybe the top 10%, 20 shards or something like that. I think that's a good solution. What do you guys think, though? You think you guys like the way Blitz is right now? What do you think needs to be changed for it to be a good, fun mode that everybody will like, everyone wants to compete in? Right now, you cannot see your ranking until the end. Kind of on the fence whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. I actually think that might push the scores up a lot higher than what they are, especially around that 500 cutoff. I think it's going to be real hard to get there if that is shown. When it's blind like it is now, I think people aren't sure, and it gives them a chance to rest. So I can see the benefit and the negatives of leaving it like that is. But what do you think needs to be improved about Blitz overall? Leave a comment in the section down below. And I got some more stuff coming for you. Talking with Khasino, and we are trying to work out a schedule for a collaboration video coming up. Not sure what we're going to talk about yet. There's a few topics being thrown out. But that will be up hopefully later this week. If not, probably sometime next week. Just depending on when our schedules work out. So subscribe to the channel because there's more stuff coming up. And I've been thinking of some good ideas for some videos that you guys like. But if there is something that's specific that you want to see, make sure you leave a comment down below. And if a lot of people want to see something like that, I'll definitely make a video about that. Or if I think it sounds like a good idea. But anyway, until then, just hit the subscribe button. And I will see you guys next time. Valley Flying out.